Hi everyone, welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. So in this video we're going to continue to take a look at some of the new gameplay elements introduced in the game as part of the Withering Wilds update, specifically the new crafting system. So yeah, we've got mining introduced in the game now and new ways we can craft items. This is really exciting. So it says forge equipment with powerful new attributes. Now, I presume the mining is going to be very similar to that of World of Warcraft just because it is Blizzard, but I've got no objections to that really. You know, mining has been something that's been in a lot of traditional RPG games. I don't mind it being introduced in Diablo Immortal. I grew up with a lot of games where I spent a long time mining for ore in spare time and when I'm doing other things and coming back to see how much ore I've got in my inventory and then using that for crafting. One specific game that comes to mind is one called Legend of Mir. If anyone's played of Legend of Mir, let me know in the comment section. I spent a lot of times in the mines collecting ore whilst I was at school. So I've completed the main Withering Wilds main quest and I've got a video where I've gone through the full main quest. It's really good. I'd definitely recommend doing it. The new area is lush as well. And we've got this notification on the left that says find Charcy in Westmarch. So let's go ahead and go to Charcy. Now if you click on the little magnifying glass button, it does have this ore node overview. So ore nodes have been added to wild zones and can be mined for crafting resources. So there's three types of minerals that you can actually mine in the game: iron ore, silver ore, and rhodolite. Iron ore is used to craft legendary weapons, silver ore is used to craft skill stones, and rhodolite is used to craft rare crystal that can be added during equipment crafting to select a special magic attribute and increase the chance of high quality equipment. So this is great because it just gives us a chance to actually tailor what we craft to our build and our class and get the specific attributes that we actually want for that gear. So this is really cool. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this. So we're at Charcy, let's have a chat with her. Learn about the uses of iron ore from Charcy.
Hey there, it's good to see you.
Let's accept this quest. Is that iron ore? I can help you craft legendary weapon with a bit of that. So I presume I would have actually collected that from doing the Withering Wilds main quest when I was in the shovel area.
Goodbye.
You have enough iron ore to craft weapons. Okay. Craft a legendary weapon with Charcy. Let's take a look in my inventory just to see what it looks like. So here it is. Oh wow, I didn't realise I collected so many. I wonder if I actually got some from terrorists as well. So let's take a look at each of these. So iron ore. Common ore obtained from mining that can be used to craft legendary weapons at blacksmiths. Ores have a weekly collection limit from mining and any other sources that award these materials. Okay, so there is a cap to how much of this you can mine per week. So that's worth noting. Silver ore. Common ore obtained from mining that can be used to craft skill stones at blacksmiths. Ores have a weekly collection limit from mining and any other source that awards these materials. I've got these which are stained remains, monster materials, common material dropped by elite monsters in wild zones and dungeons that can be used to craft legendary armor at blacksmiths. So this wasn't mentioned in that sort of help message, so that's interesting. Stained remains have a weekly collection limit from wild zones, and then we have this one, which is the most rarest one, rhodolite. So I've got one of these. A very rare crystal obtained from mining that can be added when crafting legendary equipment to select a special magic attribute and increase the chances of a higher quality item. Rhodolite has a weekly collection limit from mining and any other source that awards this material. So that's what the items look like in your inventory if you do see them. I'm going to randomly invite that guy to shadows, see if he accepts.
Good to see
Okay,
you.
tap to craft. So this is an item crafting button here. And then you select the equipment slot that you want to craft in. So here we've got head, shoulders, chest, legs, hand and offhand. So we're going to pick hand. Now you can basically select this box for a fine craft to increase the chance of crafting a higher quality equipment. So on this screen here you can see it says equipment quality. You got the green arrow. It's going to be a legendary main hand. Craft legendary equipment with the following. So you've got 3 random attributes, 2 to 4 magic attributes. And I get the special magic attribute with this. If in this case it's got size increased by 10% for the golem. Now can I change that? So yeah, you can. So this is where you can actually select what you actually want to pick. So if I do this one, yep, there we go. and that's where you can basically pick. So obviously I can't go ahead and craft this because you need 6 rhodolite to actually craft this, and then you need 50 iron ore. So 50 iron ore, 6 rhodolite, and that's the same for each of these. So for example, if I click the legendary offhand, if you do fine craft, you need to go ahead and grab 6 rhodolite before you can fine craft. If you just want to do the normal crafting, just make sure you have 50 of these iron ores available. That's for offhand, main hand. For legs, chest and shoulders, you need 50 of the stained remains. Now you also have skill stone crafting here as well. This is where you need 150 silver ore to actually get one of the skill stones, and I'm looking forward to getting enough silver ore to try that out. And then you've got your usual set crafting option right at the bottom. So this is great, you know, just more things we can do at the blacksmith, more ways to craft, just more gameplay elements. It's just really, really good. So that's nice.
Goodbye.
Craft a legendary weapon with chassis. So let's go ahead and do that. So we click on the blacksmith, click item crafting. Equipment crafting is there by default. Click on legendary main hand or legendary offhand because they're both like the weapon slots. Let's go for the shield. Now obviously I can't do the fine craft, so let's go ahead and craft one of these shields. So this is what we got. Pretty decent. I've got some up arrows there. I've got Pyre's Allure, and it's a pretty decent shield. I've got 2402 combat rating, 3 attributes, and I've got Wraith Form, critical hit damage, and damage done increased by 1.5% per nearby party member. So pretty decent result there. Learn about using silver ore and rhodolite from chassis.
Hey there.
So let's select the quest again. Iron ore is great for making weapons, but there's also silver, which is used in crafting skill stones. Rhodolite is for fine crafting, which lets you personalize equipment with magic you want and improves the chances it will be high quality.
Be safe, all right?
So that's a basic overview of what you can do with the blacksmith and the type of materials that you can actually get in Diablo Immortal now, and how you can actually go about crafting. Let's go ahead and actually go out and find some materials and see what it's like when we get them. Okay, I've just entered World's Crown. Let's have a look around World's Crown to see if we can spot any mining areas in this game. Here we go. So we have an ore node over here. Let's take out these enemies. It's a bit quieter. So this is what the ore nodes look like. So they're really easy to spot, and if you look on the map, they even show up on the map like this, which is quite cool. You get sort of a glowing yellow circles around them, like a radar, and they're easy to spot. Right, so all you have to do is hit the, oh wow, hit the mining symbol. Oh, I got a rhodolite straight away. That's quite rare. Nice. Well, there you go. That was a lucky first mining. Okay, let's see if we can find any more. So that's basically what they look like, and there's another one here, there's another ore node. So as you can see, they break really easily. I thought maybe they might introduce it so it probably hits it 1 or 2 times and then it breaks, and maybe like 1, 2, 3 and it breaks. You kind of have to do that without being interrupted, but it seems like it's an instant thing, which is good in a way. It makes it really sort of quick. Rhodolite are maybe not as rare as I thought. So I got 2 out of 2 times. On the ore here, I got rhodolite. So it seems like World's Crown is a really nice place to get rhodolites and these ores. It didn't take me very long to just run around and find 2 of those ore deposits and actually get the ore. So what we're going to do is run around and find as many of the ore deposits as we can, mine as much as we can, and then I'm going to craft a fine item and see how it turns out. Okay, so I've got another ore node here, and that time we did not get a rhodolite, so I did get it the first 2 times, which is quite good. I'm going to run around and try and find some more. Okay, I've just navigated to a different area, and there's another ore node here. So this one got iron ore, silver ore, and some scrap metals. And here I found another ore node. Let's go ahead and have a look to see what we get. So you've got iron ore, silver ore, iron ore. So basically all you need to do is just spend some time running around in the open world, and yeah, you'll be able to find those ore nodes whilst you're killing other enemies as well. So it's quite nice if you're going around looking for monstrous essences, farming for gems. So here we go, this is an ore node here. So you've got iron ore and silver ore. So it's also worth noting that the stained remains were dropping just as I'm killing enemies, as it says here. Common material dropped by elite monsters in wild zones and dungeons that can be used to craft legendary armor at blacksmiths. So as you're going around looking for the ore deposits, whilst you're killing enemies, you're just going to get some of those remains drop at the same time. So it's quite nice that you can sort of collect them in parallel. So one thing I have noticed is I find a higher chance of finding ore nodes in more open areas, such as these areas like this in World's Crown, Fawn of Carcasses, and for example in Dry Valley. Trying in some of these narrow corridor areas and sort of the tight areas, I seem to have not finding as many ores, but I'm finding a higher chance of getting ore nodes in these open areas, which is quite nice, and that's good to know. So definitely just run around in the more open areas, and you know, just put on a speed build which you're comfortable with and you enjoy using. Just run around for a while and just keep an eye on the map, because the ore nodes will display nicely on the mini map as well, so that's really good. At least they're not hidden away. Okay, so I just need one more rhodolite now. Let's see if we can get lucky with this ore deposit here. There we go, rhodolite. Weekly rhodolite limits reached. Okay, so it actually tells you when you've reached your weekly limit. So that's the indication that you have, which is really good. So if I have a look in my inventory now, I have collected 6 rhodolite. I have 23 stained remains. I have 47 silver ore, and I have 41 iron ore. And that didn't take me very long to get. Like I said, all I did is I was running around Dry Valley area and Throne of Carcasses for not very long, just running around, just keeping an eye out for the ore deposits and just grabbing as much of the ore as I could. And it didn't take me too long to get the 6 rhodolites as well. So I'm just going to get a little bit more ore, and we're going to head to Westmarch and try and craft a fine item. Okay, so I'm back from my mining adventure in World's Crown, and I have collected 50 iron ore, 55 silver ore. I've got 23 stained remains, and I managed to get 6 rhodolite. And it didn't take me too long to get these as well. The things I'd recommend doing is stick to some of the open areas in the map and just keep going back and forth between those open areas. I felt the spawn rate wasn't too bad. It was quite quick. And yeah, as I just kept running in between those open areas in the map, I found quite a lot of ore deposits, and I got this many of the materials that I needed. I'd recommend putting the speed build on, and it's just nice doing this solo when you do have some free time. Just go ahead and look around. It does tell you when you've reached your weekly limit as well, so a message did appear on the screen. Now, if we have a look at the Get More button, it does tell you you can get ore in mining, Oblivion Pillars and Hell Bounties, Terror Rifts, and Destruction's Call. And that is the same with silver ore as well. Mining, Oblivion Pillars, Terror Rift, and Destruction Call. If we have a look at Stained Remains, that's only in elite monsters and dungeons. Okay, so Stained Remains you can only get when you defeat elite monsters out in the world and in dungeons. And if we look at rhodolite, you can get rhodolite when mining, Oblivion Pillars and Hell Bounties, Terror Rifts, and Destruction's Call. So now let's go ahead and use the rhodolite to craft a fine item. Okay, so once again, what you have to do once you've got the required materials, just click on the blacksmith,
Good to see you.
click item crafting, and then scroll down to what you want to craft. We're going to go for a legendary main hand because we have 50 iron ores. And now we're going to click the fine craft button. So as soon as you click the fine craft button, it's going to show you that you need 6 rhodolites. And I did collect 6 out in the open world areas. So we can now pick one of these magical attributes. So let's go ahead, just click this like feather symbol here. And you just go ahead and select what you'd like. So it shows you what the last selected one is, and then it gives you the options of selecting anything else. So here I'm a necromancer, I've got Grim Scythe, I've got Command Skeletons, has 10% chance to summon additional skeletons. That might be quite handy, so I may go ahead with that one. We've got Bone Wall range increased by 8%. We've got Corpse Explosion, 10% chance that a corpse will be consumed. Command Golem size increased by 10% and extend the range of its attacks by 10%. We've got Corpse Lance increasing a movement speed by 10% for 3 seconds. That would be quite useful in my dungeon build as well. And then we've got Borrowed Time, gain Essence Surge, reducing the damage you take by 40% for 1 second. I'm probably going to go ahead and do either Corpse Lance or Command Skeletons. I think I'm going to go with Command Skeletons. So let's go ahead and click OK. So there you go, it's confirmed that special magic attribute that you have. And this is going to have 3 random attributes and 2 to 4 magic attributes. Let's go ahead and craft. And that is the item which I ended up with, Rotted Harvest. So we've got 2,382 combat rating for this one. We've got Vitality, Willpower and Intelligence. And there is our magic attribute that we selected. So Command Skeletons has 10% chance to summon additional skeletons while also increasing how many you can control. And I've also got skill damage increased by 3%. So that's quite nice. And there we go. Then the next week you can go ahead and farm more Rhodolite and the chance of crafting another fine item that hopefully replaces one that you already have. This is great because, you know, if you're just trying to keep hold of a specific attribute, for example, Command Skeletons that I wanted here, you can go ahead and do so, and you can sort of gamble the rest of the random attributes that you can get for this item. So this is a really, really good thing that they've introduced in the game. I'm really happy about this. And I'm also really happy that this gives you more of a reason to roam around in open world as well, because not only do we get to experience the lush environments and the graphical updates and everything else that's going on in the open world, we now have a chance to actually look out for those ore deposits and collect as many as we can in the week that we can go back to the blacksmith and see if we can craft something decent for our characters. So that's basically it for how the item crafting works in Diablo Immortal. Just go out there, farm for the ores that you need and the materials in open world areas. Try and look at the larger areas on the map as well, and then come back to the blacksmith and then craft whatever you like. Legendary head, legendary shoulders, legendary chest, legendary legs, legendary main weapon, or legendary offhand. And there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Hopefully you found it useful. Enjoy going out there and finding materials, and good luck with your crafting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.